r/ask Reddit. Is there anything that truly annoys you, but doesn't seem to bother anyone else? Walking slowly. I'm not a particularly violent person. I rarely want to hurt people. But seriously, when I'm trapped behind 3 people all walking side by side at a snail's pace, for that one moment, I actually become a psychopath. It makes me angry in a way I normally reserve for serious political issues. Also, people who walk at a comfortable pace and then ducking stop with no warning right in front of you. Or people who back up a few steps without looking and slam into you. Goddamn, I hate them. How about the a-holes that stop at the end of an escalator to sort of figure out where they're going? Man, those guys. I can't write things on my computer with people standing near me. Papers, emails, responses. I just don't like people watching me type. Edit. Apparently I am not alone in feeling this way. None of my roommates or family members care if I watch them, so I made the mistake of thinking I was unique. I was in a perfectly awesome mood one time while I was typing something at my computer. Then my mom came up behind me and started looking at my screen. Immediately got pissed off and yelled at her. For no reason. It was simply because she was looking at my computer screen. Same here. Instant anxiety, and I get this strange feeling in the back of my head. I'm not sure if people still say it, but the terms herp and derp are on my top 3 list of things that make me want to tell people to shut the duck up. Also, the usage of internet slang lingo makes me want to slap someone. I knew some people who would say LOL instead of actually laughing. It was terrible watching a comedy with these people. Oh lol, did you see that? You wrote yo derp in this very post, you duck. Pretty much everyone on Reddit. Herp, derp, lol. Up boats to you, good sir. Nailed it. Duck off. Yeah, I hate just about everything about this place. I love to come here every day and just make myself angry. I'm 100% with you. Other examples. Method King Bacon. How did I do? Comma. I laughed way harder than I should have. Pun threads. This. It feels so ducking juvenile to me. But trying to do something about it is a fool's errand. I wonder if we're in the majority or the minority. It would be an interesting poll, but really hard to execute. When people say African American, I feel like you're basically calling me a nigger. I'm aware that it's the politically correct version, but who the hell decided on that? Most likely white Americans. See that phrase, white Americans? Why do you get to be white and I get to be African? I've never stepped foot. I'm African, neither have my grandparents or even their grandparents. I'm black, gotta admit. Edit 1. Here's something to think on. If I went to Africa, they'd refer to me as American. In America, I'm referred to as African American. Like WTF. Edit 2. I'm so glad to hear so many people agree with me. I honestly thought I was alone in the matter. I feel a little better knowing so many feel the same way. Edit 3. I see a lot of the same issue. Understandably, some people will get mad when you call them black as opposed to African American. But more likely than not, the preference is to be called black. Allegedly, it was coined by a poet named Johnny Duncan. http://wiki answers.com/q. Where did the term African American originate? TL. Dr. He noticed that African and American both end with icon and made a poem around it. Then Jesse Jackson liked it. Edit. If it makes you feel any better, I've never been to Caucasus. I got yelled at by a white person calling black people black. I got yelled at by a black guy for calling them African Americans. Comma. When someone uses LOL at the end of a sentence, e.g., I had a really nice time last night, lol, are you being sarcastic, you duck? I know what you mean, lol. I really hate that too, lol. When I am waiting for a car to pass so I can walk across a parking lot and the car slows down and then stops right in front of me to let me cross. Stupid pet peeve. How about when you're the one driving through a parking lot and there is a pedestrian already trying to cross the lane before you get there, so you stop and wait 3 full minutes while the person saunters across the lane at like a 2-6-degree angle, like this? Oh god, just cross the effing street already. Nice diagram, dude. Don't touch my ducking chair. If I'm sitting in it and it rotates or reclines or rolls, don't ducking touch it. Don't hover hand on it. Don't lean on it. Don't turn it. Don't touch my ducking chair. TL. Doctor, don't touch my ducking chair. Duck your chair. This especially applies in movie theaters and airplanes. Too many people use the chair in front of them as a handrail when they walk or get up. Use your leg muscles. You goddamn orangutan. Little kids. Everyone thinks they're so damn adorable and I want to punt them. Kids are like adults. Some are a-holes and some are not. You mean most of them are? Could've equals could've it's not hard. Couldn't have explained it better. You ducker. When people refuse to clear their throats when they obviously have a voice bubble. Please cough or something. Oh god, my housemate last year did this and it would always happen when she was in the middle of a long story and she'd just carry on sounding like Kermit the Frog while I sat listening to her with tears in my eyes. It automatically makes me clear my own damn throat even though it's already clear. The lack of blinker use. My boyfriend refuses to believe this bothers other people as much as it bothers me. His lack of blinker use is literally the only thing we ever fight about. It seriously approached deal breaker status a couple of times. I have 2 bumper stickers. One says, use your blinker, not telepathy. The other says, if using your blinker is too difficult, maybe driving isn't your thing. It takes a second to flick your finger over to have some courtesy for others. After you do something 12 times, it becomes a habit. I never even notice I'm doing it anymore. People who don't bother are complete douchebags, even as a pedestrian. I'm looking to see if I can cross or if someone is going to turn. But a lot of drivers don't bother if they don't see any other cars. Are you in a bad mood? I could have been in the best mood ever but now I want to take an axe to your face. In the same manner, when people say, you look tired or why do you look so sad, like duck off beach, hate it. Calm down, rage. When people slosh food around in their mouth, I think I am ultra sensitive to it, but there have been times where it's been like, how can everyone else not hear this? It sounds like a duck in hurricane. Edit. I never realized how many doctors there are on Reddit. I've now been diagnosed with misophonia about 12 times. You guys riot me. I'm in the same boat. I will add, chewing with your mouth open, or chewing so hard that I can hear your teeth smashing together with every chomp. If I can hear you 3 feet away, how are you not hearing yourself? I also can't stand commercials on the radio of beer or soda being poured. Edit. While front page. Thanks guys. Ducking blow me. This will get buried. But playing headphones really loud on public transportation so that people around you can hear it. The one time I mentioned this here, I was downvoted and people's comments were mostly defending the right to do this. I think it is rude as duck. In a small train, car or bus, the people around you are trapped near you for an extended period of time. Be respectful to them. When I use headphones I get nervous that people around me can hear my music so I always have the volume low. It makes me uncomfortable, and I'm not sure why. I agree. If I can sing along with it because it's that loud, I can only imagine the damage it's doing to that person's eardrums. Also people who use their cell phones to play their music so the entire bus, train, whatever can hear it. That is the reason there are headphones. I don't want to listen to your music. Same as you don't want to listen to mine. The way my butler gets into his own car at the end of his shift. I don't like seeing him look so comfortable and ordinary. Getting tired of your shit, Master Wayne. When people, it seems especially girls, interrupt the middle of your sentence because it reminded them of something. Not a good description I know, but here's an example. So my friend and I were walking his dog and oh my god guys, I saw the cutest dog yesterday. It pisses me right the duck off, yet no one else seems to care. Other kinds of interruptions aren't okay, but somehow this is fine. I know. Duck. I actually do this and it even pisses me the duck off. Talking during movies. I don't care if I've seen this before and you haven't. Do not ask me any questions. If you need to know, you will find out eventually. I hate watching movies with my friends because I turn into the biggest jerk in the world. Also, I don't care how many times I've seen something. If I'm watching it again, it's for entertainment, not so you can talk through the whole thing. Edit. I remembered one more, walking in halfway through and expecting me to fill you in. And then there's those people that actually do fill someone in while I'm still watching the ducking movie. Either leave, or sit silently until there's a commercial break. Edit 2. For those of you saying that watching stuff with friends is supposed to be a social experience and that sitting quietly for an hour or two is a waste, I personally agree with you if we're watching something with no substance. But if I invite you over to watch something that means a lot to me, it's because I want you to experience what I experienced the first time I watched it. Then we can talk about it afterwards because it was so great. If you just talk through it, I feel like I wasted a good movie on you. When I hear someone say I'm mature for my age and they're a 20 something, it gets to a point where you're just mature for your species. Alternatively, when older people say you're immature because you haven't been through what they've been through, anyone who says that hasn't been through shit. When people leave the shopping carts all around the ducking parking lot, how hard is it to just walk 10 feet to put your car away? As a former grocery store worker, I loved going out to gather carts. The more spread out they are, the longer I'd get to be outside. The longer it took, the better. It was always so nice to get a breath of fresh air and a break from stocking shelves. This was in the Northwest where it rains 9+ months of the year. So, yeah, I really liked going to fetch carts. When people say the same thing over and over, e.g., when my son is cold he'll repeat it 15 times. Or maybe that bothers everyone. I've never asked. I have this problem with Saturday Night Live. I know I'm being brave here, but Lawyer C.K's monologue was the best monologue I ever heard. YouTube comments thumbs up if you agree. 450 was funny. LOL humid. LOLXD. I died. Comment hidden. Too many negative votes. I clicked show comment but nothing happened. Thumbs up if you clicked show comment and nothing happened. Lolololololololo. XD. People saying I could care less when they actually mean I couldn't care less, and not understanding the difference. The fact that due to social pressure, everyone is afraid to be themselves, no matter how old. I never feel like I know anyone. Depressing, to say the least. You don't know someone till you've seen them burst into dance due to strong emotions. When someone says etc. or etc. instead of etc., it's somehow more infuriating than many other similar cases. I guess it's because it's very common, but still seems like an attempt at being fancy. Oh, look at me, ducking up my Latin. Calm down and have some espresso. Television commercials where people are dancing because they are saving money. I don't know if it's the idiocy of the commercial or the human being who agrees to dance in front of the camera, but it bothers me. I hate these are not actors in commercial, and it's just like, what the duck, are you kidding me? I find people with unnecessarily loud voices to be so annoying I can't even stand it. I have to find a way to leave a room if there is an overly loud person in there. This goes for men and women. If you are a loud talker, I hate you. But I always feel like Larry David when I complain about this BC. No one else in the world seems to be bothered by it. Can we also add super quiet talkers? If we're having a conversation and I've had to say some variation of what? Excuse me? Pardon? It's loud. Can you repeat that? A few times it ultimately culminates in my just walking away with no explanation or screaming something like, "Oh my ducking god, how can you not understand? You need to speak louder if you want to interact with me." Being late. Apparently it doesn't bother anyone else. I absolutely hate it when people are chronically late. When people say I see what you did there and there was actually nothing to see, and people who overuse seems legit. And people who say that escalated quickly, well no it didn't. Duck the internet. Duck the internet. That escalated quickly. I can't touch paper after I've washed my hands. It gives me that nails on a chalkboard sensation. Edit. Wow, thanks guys. I am not alone. You don't know how good this makes me feel. My friends think I'm a freak when I ask them to carry my papers because I just washed my hands. Also, I noticed a lot of you suggested using lotion. I don't know about other people who feel like this, but lotion makes the feeling take so much longer to go away. I've had this problem but much worse. If I touch almost anything I feel that way. I can't even touch my own skin. Some days I'm like that all day and other days I'm fine. When I was a kid I used to lick my hands and then keep them in a tight closed fist because wetting them makes them feel better. When I try to describe it, people just look at me like I'm crazy. Edit. Lots of people suggest lotion. Trust me, the feeling has to go away on its own. Lotions make it exponentially worse. I'll oftentimes eat an orange after getting out of the shower because the juice makes my hands tacky, which does eliminate the sensation. I've always felt like I was the only one that experienced this. Feels better just knowing there are others who understand. People who drink pop in the morning. I understand the need for caffeine, but something about drinking a can of pop at 7 am just seems horrifically slobbish to me. If I see you with pop before 10 am, I automatically assume you've lost control of your life. Edit. I know it's a totally irrational thing and most coffee drinks are as terrible for you as pop is, but there's just something about early morning pop that grinds my gears. I have absolutely no idea why. I don't drink coffee or pop in the morning though, so I'm just a judgmental Midwesterner. And no, it's pop. Source. I am in Minnesota. Maybe they are just trying to empty the can hastily in order to make a meth smoking apparatus without being wasteful. Ever think about that one? I bet you feel like an awful person right about now. People who say pop when they mean to say soda. At least you didn't call it seltzer like my Bostonian roommate used to. Ducking Gangnam Style. When an empty room has lights on, I compulsively turn off lights in my house that are not being used. Nobody else seems to give a shit though. When people bite in their ice cream with their bare teeth. If I do this, it feels like someone is sticking 1,000 needles into my brain. It annoys me to see people eat ice cream like this. I stop enjoying my own ice cream immediately and it ruins the whole ice cream eating experience for me, which truly annoys me. Just lick or suck on your ice cream. Lasts longer and is more enjoyable that way too. I think it's more enjoyable to bite ice cream than just licking or sucking it, but then again I don't have sensitive teeth. So you stop enjoying eating ice cream because someone ate it differently than how you did? I hate it when people tailgate me, but I think my definition of tailgating must be different than others. If I can't see your car's emblem in my rearview mirror, I figure you're an a-hole who just wants to see the world burn. My wife tells me I'm overly sensitive about it. Now that's pretty close. On the same lines, I hate it when I leave enough room in front of me to not tailgate, and someone decides that it would be a perfect fit for their purpose. When my skin is dry, and I don't mean like, really dry and hard, but even just not moist. Have you considered life as an amphibian? People who use my name repeatedly when they are talking to me. Bonus points for using my name twice in one sentence. I will punch you in the uvula. If it's a person you just met, they may just be trying to cement your name in their memory so they don't forget it. If it's someone you see frequently then well, that's annoying as duck. People who don't have their personal shit together having children. People using memes in real life. People shortening words when they speak. Totally equals totes. And I'm a musician so things like metronome equals met and crotels equals croats. Why is it so hard to say the extra syllable or two? That's totes cray. I'm a musician and I've literally never heard of someone saying met for metronome before. If they did it would piss me off to no end. When people make yummy noises while eating, it drives me insane. You know what I ducking hate? When people eat like chocolate or something, or some stupid commercial. They roll their eyes up like they just blew a load after taking a bite. It's a ducking Hershey's bar. Calm the duck down. My food touching on my plate. Pickles that touch fries or chips. Sogginess compromises the integrity of the side item. Religious Americans who then proceed to get hammered and have premarital sex just like they're not supposed to, and the ironic country music associated with it. Being rude and disrespectful to their parents all the time. Seriously. As petty as it is, when someone's nose whistles because of snot, drives me up the wall. As someone with seasonal allergies, I'm sorry, but I cannot help it. Dude, you're clearly not Claritin clear. A spoon scraping the bottom of a styrofoam cup. My boss does it all the time and I have to leave the room. When people tell you what type of person they are, like, I'm really bubbly, I'm opinionated, I'm a beach, I say what's on my mind etc. Duck off, I'll make my own mind about you. Do not touch my computer screen. When people just take a bite out of string cheese instead of peeling it. Gross. Unnecessary noises. Just stop all this random whistling and tapping and munching for a minute and be quiet. This thread teaches me I really should stop doing a lot of things. People who chew with their mouth open. You want to eat like a cow? Then go eat outside. I absolutely despise people who type you or if you are incapable of typing 2 additional letters, you do not deserve to be alive. Edit. Obviously I was exaggerating when I said do not deserve to be alive. I do not condone the murder of illiterate people, no matter how annoying they may be. It annoys me when people butter their bread but don't do it evenly and fill up all the corner sides. They just slap some butter on there and then eat their bread half dry and half smothered. You have a knife. Use it to spread that butter like you would want your mother to do it. When people don't open doors for one another, it pisses me off beyond belief. It takes an extra second and it's just a courteous gesture. I get a lot of shit from friends for this, but I hate movie trailers. Seriously, they ruin so many punchlines, plot points and contain so many spoilers that when a movie trailer comes on TV I immediately mute the TV and look away if it's a movie I'm even a little interested in seeing. I like to go into a movie knowing absolutely nothing about it and I pick the movies I want to see based on actors, directors. The idea that the moon comes out at night, especially in media for children. I hate when people tell me to smile or you should smile more. It's not like I'm a grumpy person. I try to be pretty cheerful, but who the hell walks around with a smile plastered to their face 24/7? I know a guy who incessantly repeats the same phrase, shut up your hands. It drives me insane. I work with a girl who adds IE to the end of every adjective she sees fit. This is so cutie. Holy shit, I would not be able to handle that. People on Reddit who care about karma, especially other people's. Methodicking slow walkers. Stop enjoying yourself and move over, goddammit. If you're walking with me, prepare to half jog to wherever we're going. I don't like it when people change the song in the middle of a song, especially if it is one that I was enjoying. The patterns in the swirling culture that is the Reddit hive mind. I'm beginning to understand when, where and how to formulate things to get the most comment karma. It just lessens the whole experience a bit. I know that people say that it doesn't matter, and you're right, it doesn't. But then again, we've all been raised to value the opinion of others to a certain extent. So there's always something nice about seeing a bump in those numbers in the top right hand corner. I think I'll unmute this account and get on with my life at some point in the near future. Edit. You know what the worst part is? This sort of intellectual superiority thing is what irritates me about Reddit. But you probably agree with that, because the hive mind adores self-loathing. But I can't say too much more, because if I do, the added complexity will attract down votes. Edit. As you can see, the third most highest upvoted comment in this thread was one of self-loathing. The previous sentence was bolded because it's eye-catching. The difference is that at least I can do my little bit to contribute some interesting material. Whilst Reddit is full of silly memes and things of that nature, there's also a very strong culture of curiosity and questioning everything. For want of a better word, it's quite easy to get like 6 or 7 upvotes. Drop in the water, I know, for asking for a source when someone makes an unsupported claim. Also notice how the highest rated replies are all 8 hours ago. This AskReddit thread was somewhat of a gold mine, as it was posted at a time when it would receive the full brunt of the attention of the majority of the USA's population, which is the greatest number in Reddit's user base. This thread was an hour old when I commented, with only a handful of replies. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.